number of you I know also are concerned about where I am on expanded gambling. I believe strongly that we can work to establish a highly regulated, high-end casino that can truly compete with those that will be built in Massachusetts and that would otherwise capture New Hampshire's revenues if we don't build one here. But we must do so in a way that protects New Hampshire's brand as a family-friendly state with pristine natural resources. And we must do so in a way that allows our strong outdoor recreation industry and our tourism industry to thrive. We must also acknowledge and set aside resources to address the very real public safety and societal concerns that come with expanded gambling. But if we do it correctly, and I believe we can create jobs and we can increase state revenues. And I'm committed to working with all of you in this area to make that happen. Care. We need to restore funding that the Republicans cut from health care for hospitals, for seniors, for children, and for people with disabilities. We also need to use our buying power as a state to demand more transparency and lower costs from our healthcare providers. And now that the Supreme Court has issued its ruling on the Affordable Care Act, we need to look at implementing provisions of the Affordable Care Act, including using federal money to expand access to healthcare for more and more of our citizens, while also working to implement the provisions in a way that's right for New Hampshire. We need to focus on reducing healthcare costs and improving healthcare outcomes. It's the right thing to do for our friends and neighbors, and it's also the necessary thing to do for our economy. We can't compete in a global economy if we don't have healthcare access and costs under control. Based on the priorities that we have seen from this legislature and from some of the statements and positions that Ovid LaMontagne and Kevin Smith have taken, here's what we could expect from an Ovid or Kevin Smith governorship in concert with an O'Brien legislature. They will repeal marriage equality, ban abortion, even in the cases of rape or incest, eliminate insurance coverage for birth control. I'm having a hard time that it's 2012 and we're talking about birth control. They would also eliminate funding for basic health care for women. They have a proposal that would have the state of New Hampshire, the legislature, take over the federal Medicare program for New Hampshire seniors, which would increase costs for our seniors by as much as $6,000.